The sound of snow crunching underfoot is the first thing that grabs attention. The crisp winter air bites softly at the skin, but it's refreshing, almost invigorating. In the middle of an expansive snowy field, a single vehicle comes to a gentle halt, its tires softly rolling against the icy terrain. The doors open, and the first steps onto the snow-covered ground feel deliberate, purposeful, and full of anticipation. The world around is utterly still. The vast expanse of white stretches as far as the eye can see, broken only by scattered trees and the faint outline of distant hills. There's a calmness here that's almost surreal, a quiet retreat from the chaos of everyday life. Each breath comes out in visible puffs, mingling with the frosty air before disappearing into the serene silence. It's a moment to pause, to take it all in before the work begins. The trunk of the vehicle swings open, revealing a neatly packed set of camping gear. Among the essentials, blankets, a portable heater, cooking supplies, lies the centerpiece of the trip, a 4-room inflatable tent. Its design is sleek and compact, a marvel of modern camping convenience. The tent's promise of warmth and space feels like a luxury in this wintry wilderness, and its vibrant material stands out against the monochrome backdrop of snow. Unpacking the tent is surprisingly easy. The bag is unzipped, the fabric unfurled, and the lightweight material spreads out effortlessly on the ground. A small electric pump hums to life, filling the cold air with a faint mechanical rhythm. As the tent begins to take shape, it's like watching a miracle unfold. Within minutes, the flat bundle transforms into a sturdy structure, a haven of warmth and comfort standing resilient against the snowy field. Stepping inside for the first time, there's a sense of accomplishment. The tent's interior is spacious and inviting, divided into 4 distinct sections. Each room feels carefully thought out, with ample space to organize everything. The first is reserved for sleeping, with thick, insulated mats and fluffy sleeping bags already in place. The second serves as a cozy lounge area, complete with foldable chairs, a small table, and battery-powered string lights that cast a soft, warm glow. In another corner, a makeshift kitchen is set up. A portable stove and neatly arranged utensils rest atop a collapsible counter. The aroma of spices and the anticipation of a warm meal already make the space feel like home. The final section is dedicated to storage, gear, food supplies, and everything else neatly stowed away to keep the tent organized. Outside, the snow begins to fall more steadily, delicate flakes drifting lazily to the ground. The sound of the wind picks up slightly, rustling the trees in the distance. But inside, the tent is a world of its own, a sanctuary of warmth and light. The portable heater hums gently, its heat filling the space and warding off the chill. Layers of soft blankets and rugs add a touch of coziness, turning the cold, unyielding environment into a personal retreat. The transition to dusk is gradual but unmistakable. The soft light of day gives way to the deep hues of twilight, painting the snowy field in shades of blue and gray. The lantern inside the tent glows faintly, casting playful shadows on the walls. The outside world grows darker and quieter, but the tent remains a beacon of comfort and security. Taking a moment to sit and reflect, there's an overwhelming sense of gratitude for the simplicity of it all. The biting cold, the vastness of the snow-covered field, the ingenuity of the tent. It all comes together to create an experience that feels both humbling and invigorating. It's not just camping. It's a reminder of the beauty in finding peace amidst nature's raw, untouched splendor. And as night begins to settle in, the anticipation for what lies ahead only deepens. The warmth from the heater creates a comfortable atmosphere inside the tent, a stark contrast to the frosty air outside. With the cozy environment set, it's time to prepare a simple yet satisfying meal. A portable stove is placed carefully on the counter, its metallic surface reflecting the soft light of the lantern. The click of the ignition is sharp against the quiet, followed by the gentle hiss of the flame as it springs to life. A lightweight pot is placed on the burner, and soon the sound of bubbling water fills the air. Dried ingredients are unpacked and added with care, a mix of pasta, spices, and a can of hearty tomato sauce. Steam rises from the pot, carrying the comforting aroma of a homemade meal through the tent. The combination of warmth and the smell of food creates an inviting atmosphere that feels far removed from the icy world beyond the tent walls. The meal is served in simple bowls, each spoonful bringing warmth that spreads from the core outward, chasing away the lingering chill. After the meal, there's a desire to step outside, to reconnect with the wintry landscape, now bathed in moonlight. The snow has stopped falling, leaving behind a pristine blanket of white. The air is sharp but invigorating, each breath fresh and clean. Stepping carefully to avoid disturbing the perfect surface, footprints carve a path across the field. The moon hangs high, casting an ethereal glow over the snow, its light shimmering like tiny crystals scattered across the ground. A playful moment breaks the stillness. A handful of snow scooped up, quickly shaped, and placed to form the base of a small snowman. The soft powder crunches as each layer is added, the process simple yet satisfying. Nearby, a patch of untouched snow becomes a canvas for snow angels, their shapes left as temporary imprints in the landscape. Laughter, though muted, echoes faintly in the stillness, a reminder of the joy in these fleeting moments. The sky above is clear, revealing a vast sea of stars. Standing still, the silence is almost overwhelming, broken only by the occasional rustle of the wind in the distant trees. There's a sense of connection to something much larger, a vast, infinite space that feels both humbling and comforting. It's easy to lose track of time under the stars, but eventually, the cold begins to seep in, signaling it's time to return to the warmth of the tent. Inside, the heater is a welcome reprieve, instantly banishing the cold that clings to the outer layers of clothing. Boots are carefully removed, snow brushed off before stepping back into the cozy interior. A soft blanket is draped over tired shoulders, and a cup of hot cocoa is prepared on the stove. The rich, velvety liquid is a small luxury, each sip warming from within and adding to the sense of calm that fills the space. A small lantern provides the perfect amount of light for a quiet moment of relaxation. A favorite book is opened, its pages turn slowly, or perhaps a calming playlist fills the air with soft, melodic tunes. The combination of warmth, light, and sound creates a bubble of comfort, a temporary sanctuary in the middle of the vast, snowy field. The world outside fades into the background, replaced by the rhythm of the story or the soothing flow of the music. Eventually, the tent feels like a second skin, a personal retreat where every detail has been crafted for comfort. The gentle hum of the heater, the flicker of the lantern, and the distant sound of the wind are all that remain. There's no rush, no pressing schedule, just a quiet enjoyment of the present moment. The snow outside glows faintly under the moonlight, a reminder of the beauty that lies just beyond the tent's fabric walls. Inside, everything is warm, peaceful, and exactly as it should be. The warmth of the tent feels even more pronounced as the night deepens. Outside, the stillness of the snowy field seems almost endless, a world completely untouched. The wind occasionally brushes against the fabric of the tent, creating a soft rustling sound that blends with the gentle hum of the heater. The transition from activity to rest is gradual but comforting, a quiet shift into the slower rhythm of the night. There's a calm ritual to preparing for bed. Thick, insulated sleeping bags are unrolled, their soft linings inviting and warm. Extra blankets are layered for added comfort, creating a cocoon of softness that promises uninterrupted rest. The glow of the lantern is dimmed, leaving only a soft, ambient light that casts long shadows across the tent walls. It's the kind of light that encourages reflection, a moment to think back on the day and appreciate the simplicity of it all. Lying back, the weight of the blankets is soothing, grounding. The faint sound of snowflakes landing against the tent adds a layer of tranquility, a natural lullaby that quiets the mind. Each breath feels fuller, deeper, as the body sinks into the comfort of the sleeping bag. There's a fleeting thought of how far removed this moment is from the usual pace of life. Here, surrounded by nothing but nature, it feels easier to focus on the present, to simply exist in this peaceful stillness. The tent amplifies the warmth, creating a stark contrast to the freezing temperatures outside. It's a reminder of how this small, human-made shelter stands resilient in the middle of the vast, cold field. The thought lingers, filling the silence with a sense of gratitude, not just for the warmth and comfort, but for the opportunity to disconnect and be enveloped by the simplicity of nature. The occasional gust of wind whistles softly through the nearby trees, blending with the distant hoot of an owl. It's a quiet soundtrack to the night, one that feels more natural, more grounding than any noise of the city. There's a sense of being part of something larger, an interconnectedness with the world outside. The snow-covered field, the stars above, and the stillness of the night all seem to align in perfect harmony. The mind begins to wander, drifting into thoughts of what the morning will bring. The anticipation of waking up to a fresh blanket of snow, untouched and pristine, adds a sense of excitement to the otherwise calm moment. It's easy to picture the golden light of dawn breaking through the horizon, the first rays warming the field and revealing a landscape transformed by the night. Sleep comes naturally, gently. The heater continues to hum softly, maintaining the warmth that wraps around the space like a protective shield. The faint glow of the lantern fades into the background as the mind succumbs to the pull of rest. Dreams come quickly, blending with the sounds of the night and the memories of the day. When the first light of morning filters through the tent walls, it's soft and diffused, a gentle reminder of the new day. The warmth of the sleeping bag makes it tempting to stay wrapped in its cocoon, but the draw of the outside world is stronger. The thought of stepping into the untouched snow, feeling the crisp air, and witnessing the beauty of the sunrise is enough to stir a sense of quiet excitement. The moment the tent flap is unzipped, the cold rushes in, sharp but invigorating. The field is transformed, covered in a thicker layer of snow that sparkles under the soft light of dawn. Every detail feels sharper, the way the snow glistens, the way the air smells fresher, cleaner. The footprints from the night before have been erased, leaving a blank canvas once again. Packing up is done methodically, each piece of gear carefully stowed away. The inflatable tent deflates as easily as it was set up, folding neatly back into its compact form. There's a sense of satisfaction in leaving the field as pristine as it was found, a respect for the quiet beauty that made this experience so memorable. Before leaving, there's a moment of stillness, a final look at the snowy field, the distant trees, and the endless sky. It's a moment to appreciate the peace that came with this experience, a memory to carry back into the hustle of everyday life. The vehicle's engine hums softly as it starts, the tires crunching through the snow one last time before the field returns to its quiet solitude, untouched once again.